Good evening guys, and welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at another episode of pastiche join, and we're going to use the grid method to produce this pastiche join. Now last week I did a pastiche join, and it seems as if many of my students did not understand the concept. So this week we're going through it one more time. Now when we are creating this pastiche join, like I said before, I'm going to use the grid method. And the grid method is an inexpensive, low-tech way to produce or enlarge an image that you want to print or draw. In a nutshell, the grid method involves drawing a grid over the reference photo and then draw a grid of the equal ratio on your work surface. Now, this is my reference photo, and I'm going to draw a grid on this reference photo. Now the grid that I'm working with is 5 inches, right? And this is a step-by-step teaching. So what I'm going to do is put some dots here to give me the guidelines of where I want my lines to fall, right? So we understand that it's already 5 inches. So we're going to line up our grid. Let's connect these lines together. Alright, now that we have grid up one side of our reference photo, or reference photo that we're working with, we're going to do so with the other side as well. So remember now guys, we are working with 5 inches, right? Alright, now that we have our reference photo all gridded up, this is a simple pastiche of an orange. We have a polar orange and we have a half orange, right? Now to get this fully accurate, we're going to label our boxes so we know exactly where each piece of orange is going to fall. So I'm going to label these boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to label the boxes on the side A, B, C, D, E. I'm going to label it also here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do the same for this side. A, B, C, D, E. Now that we have our boxes all labeled up, we're going to now we're going to redraw the grid over on this side using the same measurement of the 5 inches. We're going to use the same measurement. Now here we go. Okay, now that we have our reference photo all grid up and we have our grid here that we're going to reproduce this reference photo on, we're going to also grid this so we know exactly where each line is going to fall, right? So ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each boxes are equal, 5 inches apart, and we're going to do it here as well with the A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have A, B, C, D, E. and we are going to start doing our reproduction now of the orange, right? So here we notice that there's a piece of orange in box 1 and A, and it starts from here. So we do something like this, right? We already capture that piece of the orange. Now in box B and 1, we come down here and we go all the way down to exit box B, going down to C. All right. All right, guys. Now this is how our pastiche join is coming on, and as you can see here in box E and 5, we have a small portion of the orange here, and then we have the negative space. And the reproduction area in box 5 and E, we have a small portion of the orange and also the negative space, right? Now we're going to try and capture the leaf now, right? So the leaf start from in box C and 5 coming down, right? So here we are in box C and 5 coming down, and we're going to start from here, right? And today I'm also using a 5B pencil. It's best to use from 2B upwards. So we have 5B pencil. I am working with 5B pencil today. I'm also working with 4B pencil as well. I have a 6B also working with, and this one is a 12B. I don't know if you can make it out there, but it's a 12B. All right, good. Now to capture the leaf, and remember, if you're doing your pastiche and you realize that something is not going as accurate as planned, you can always use an eraser and erase whatever you need to erase until you get it as close as possible or even perfect. All right, so now we are going to continue on our leaf, and we pick it up from here. All right, so we are doing our leaf, and here you have it, guys. Right, now that we have our oranges in place, right, we can now go ahead and put in the necessary shading for this orange to come alive. But for now, it's just a simple demonstration of how a pastiche join is done using the grid method. All right, so each piece of orange is in one of the boxes labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, A, B, C down to E on each side. It is much easier for us to accurately reproduce our reference images when we label our boxes. All right, so today we look at the simple pastiche join, right? We're going to also look at some more, but for now this is just the orange. I'm now going to look at a different way, well, not a different way, but a different reference image created using the grid method to create a pastiche join as well. All right, so this is a simple pastiche join of the Pooh Bear, right? And this is how we already labeled our boxes 1, 2, 3, and 4, A, B, C, D, E, right? And we're going to reproduce this reference image on a different sheet of paper, but also using the grid as well. Labeling the grid 1, 2, 3, and 4, A, B, C, D, E, right? And remember that we said that the grid method is an inexpensive, low-tech way to reproduce or enlarge an image, right? Now you can either do this in drawing or painting, but in whichever way, the grid method is one of the best way to do a pastiche drawing, right? Now this is an enlargement of our study, right? This is a pastiche drawing, but it's an enlargement of our study. So we have the box here labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, and right here we have it 1, 2, 3, and 4. A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, right? Now, all I did was to use smaller, I use centimeter for these box, and for here I use inches, but I ensure that the numbers are accurate with the reproduction of the reference join that we just did for this pastiche. All right, so I hope you guys are understanding. And here we have it again, another simple pastiche join using the grid method, labeling the boxes as well. Now this is also another enlargement of an elephant, right? This is our reference photo that was grid up and labeled A, B, C down to E, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this one we use 4 boxes. And here is the reproduction of the reference image. And we also label this image as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, and E. With enlargement, like I said before, you use bigger boxes in order to project the image to a bigger level. All right, now what I want you to do is to try to produce a pastiche join for yourself, whether you want to use a simple image or you want to do a self-portrait. You can look around in your home and find a photograph, maybe one that you like, and using the grid image, the grid method, sorry, the grid method that we've been looking at, produce a pastiche join of your own. Thank you.